All right, guys, this is Anthony. He's your inspector.
How you doing?
We're just going to run through everything he found. So he's going to talk to me like this camera's not here.
That's right. So I'll kind of give you my little rundown of what a property inspection entails. It's a visual inspection. So obviously we know we didn't tear any holes in the walls or anything like that. But everything that we could open, close, get in, get on, turn off, we were able to do so. So real quick, while we're in the garage, I want to show you a few things. With the solar system, it's beyond our scope as a property inspector to really tell you the functionality of it. I would definitely recommend that you contact the installer and maybe get a little more information, or maybe just the sellers will be able to have that information for you. I did find one crack here in the stem wall, and you'll see all of these photos on the report. So there's a crack right here. It does look like it goes completely through, but that wall, it just supports this one side, and it doesn't appear that it's creating any other issues. But I just wanted to point that out.
Well, and also we have a lot of just shimmers in this area, so
that we do.
So there's going to be a lot of cracks that.
Correct. Very standard settling cracks, we call them in the business. So just like on the exterior stucco, you'll see them all over, and especially around windows and any of the weak points. So on the ceiling, I know one of the questions you had was about a possible crack in the ceiling. What you're seeing there is the wire for the actual opener. So I could not find any cracks within the ceiling whatsoever. Your garage door spring was functional. Everything worked in here. Just real quick, I'll have Mark spin around. With the laundry, they are utilizing this, so there's no way for me to truly tell you it's functional besides, hey, they're using it. I don't see any moisture. I don't see any damage in the vicinity whatsoever. And then inside this cabinet right here is your tankless water heater. So we don't have to have straps like we would with a normal water heater. You do have your temperature pressure relief valve, all the safety features. You do have the ability to turn the temperature up and down on this little panel over here. I tested it. There's no issues whatsoever. And I do recommend, maybe getting on YouTube or just read on the Rheem website, and they'll tell you how to do general maintenance on the tankless water heaters.
Because you're supposed to flush it every once in a while with
That's
vinegar
correct.
and stuff
Yeah,
like that.
there's a few. It all depends on the manufacturer. The basin sink, no issues whatsoever. You have all the really nice cabinetry. I don't move personal belongings, just to let you know. So, but I didn't see any damage whatsoever.
Actually, this is an amazing garage.
Yeah, it's all finished. It's really good.
It's a really good tip. So, kitchen is next, right?
And the kitchen, yes. And this door has to be a rated self-closing fire door, in which it is, so we're good there.
Okay.
All of the appliances tested properly. No issues whatsoever. The range, the oven, and the hood. No problems. You do have ground fault circuit interrupters, or a lot of people call them GFIs, and it's just a specific outlet. So if there's ever an issue, let's say a mixer falls into the water, it actually shuts off rather than shock you. So we do have those for all the safety features.
And the people who are staying here, not the owners, but the people who are staying here said that this is a convection oven, and they wish they could take it with them because
It is nice.
It is so amazing. So, if you want to get rid of it, I am in the area, and I'm more than happy to take that off your hands. So just so you know.
So you have an onyx sink. Everything works great in here. You have a disposal. There's no damage below the sink whatsoever. I ran the dishwasher through an entire cycle. No issues here. And this is how you turn the disposal on and off, right from the button.
Okay.
Your spray nozzles. You have it's really, really nice. You have a sunshade over here. This is the remote control. They told us, be very careful because you hit the wrong button, you have to reprogram it. But I did see it work, and it went up and down without any issues. Huge plus to this home, all of the windows have been replaced. You have dual pane vinyl sliding windows. Great, great feature. It's terrific for energy efficiency.
Okay.
You'll see a small crack here in the wall. I was pretty picky on this home because it was so clean. So I did write up some superficial cracks. Normally I would never put this on a report.
And outside, everything was looking
outside,
okay?
Your electrical panel sits right here.
Okay,
just so you're aware.
I'm actually going to go out and show them because I think that was one of the questions that Cheryl
Correct.
and Ed had. So
you
that's
have
our electrical panel.
You have your main electrical panel. You'll see some stickers on here that say, hey, it's a solar panel, all this stuff. Don't shut the breakers off. But that's what they're talking about in here. When they put the solar system in, they put a brand new circuit panel in here. Everything's brand new. It's a 200 amp panel, which is for a home that could be 3,000 square feet. I mean,
so
plenty
but if
of
they
power.
wanted to put like a electrical thing for an EV car, they would be able to do that no problem.
Plenty of power. That is correct. You're going to want to have an electrician do it, but yes, you do have the ability to do so.
Okay.
I'm just trying to think if there's anything else out here. Everything else is functional. You have both of your grounding rods.
Now I'm going to add in the thing with the HOA president, since we saw him talking about the roof. But
Correct.
Is there anything you want to share about the roof? That
with the roof, let's see here. There was no real issues. Oh, I know one of the questions was what kind of gutters or drains they have. And they actually have, it's a flat roof, or somewhat of a flat roof, but there are multiple drains. They drain to the exterior, so you will see them. It's almost like a spillway.
Yeah.
So you'll see that. And I took some photos on the report. You'll see.
Well, an interesting thing here is in the desert, we don't actually do a lot of gutters because it rains so infrequently. We just have it flush off the roof and onto the ground. So.
Correct.
So that's probably what's happening here to some degree?
Yeah, and exactly. And you'll see some sediment, but I think you're going to explain a little bit more, Mark, about what they're going to do. They're planning on replacing the roof. The roofer was here. We got to see him. He explained exactly what they're going to do. They're going to pull these panels off and put them back on after the roof has been resurfaced.
And it's the solar company that's going to take the panels off. And again, you're going to see this video later, guys, but the solar company is going to take the panel off, and then they're going to put them back on. And you guys had a question about the solar panels and whether there needed to be some sort of screening around it here. It is so hot on these roofs. We don't have bird problems on the roof because they'll fry. But I can talk to you more about that later.
Right. And I did take a photo, so you'll see below the panels, so you'll see how they're sitting. And I believe there was a question in regards to a plastic or some type of a mesh. With these particular panels, they're all metal. I didn't see any type of lightweight plastic, and that is just because of the elements. You know, we get the extremes out here, the high highs and the low lows. So whatever they put outside has to be able to withstand that. So these are that type.
We are ready. You're good. We're going to talk about the AC system. Anthony was just mentioning that he had noticed something on the AC. Go ahead.
So you're going to see on the report, you have what is called a package unit. So it's the heating furnace as well as the air conditioning condenser in one, and they are on your roof. They're in a little box up top. So this is the photo. I'm not sure if you're able to see it on the phone.
Yeah, we can
but
see it.
So there is some corrosion or some rust on the base of this. This is a galvanized plate. I don't know exactly why that's like that, but more or less what it is the heater and the AC work terrific. I was getting about anywhere between 98 and 102 on the heat side, and I believe the cooling element was, let's see here, sorry, will take me 1 second. It was pulling in 75 degrees and putting out 54 degrees. So it worked extremely well, and it looks like they were installed in about 2000. I would recommend having the unit serviced once a year, and then maybe have somebody just look at that, because I don't know why there's that amount of corrosion, and it's more or less, it's just a question.
So it's working really great. It's possible that just over time, some sort of water buildup.
Sure.
We have no idea where.
And it could just be sitting there, and it would be coming from the condensate drain, and it could the main drain could be clogged. It would just be to have the unit serviced. And an air conditioning contractor will be able to tell you right away if it's an issue. It's probably just some general maintenance.
Okay.
Moving on, here's some other cracks you're going to find in the drywall. Very common. They did do. I'll have Mark swing around real quick.
I'm swinging.
Oh, so up on this ceiling, it looks like you can see.
Oh, you can see the patch. See the
so you
difference
can see
to the right of the top of the chandelier there.
And it looks like they moved the light. That's the only thing I can think of, and it's just a drywall patch. No issues, just information. There's another small crack in the wall over here. They're all about the same size.
And those are all probably just from the movement of the earth type situation.
Yep, very, very common stuff. Let's see, we have that. Let me show you one thing in the kitchen. I have one, it's called the high loop air gap. So I'm sure you've seen on the top of a countertop that when the dishwasher drains, it has this little silver cap and water can come out of it at times. Well, this one does not have it because they didn't core the granite, which is fine. But if you see this pipe, this line here, if you can see this as well, see this is the drain line for the dishwasher. I would like to see this drain line go up and secure to the bottom side of this sink like this. And all this does is it prevents any dirty water, if there's ever any type of clog in the garbage disposal or the dishwasher, that you don't have filthy water coming back onto your clean dishes. Very basic fix. Really doesn't cost any money. It just needs a piece of wire and a nail.
And there's enough tube in there right now to do that.
That is correct. There is. There's no issues with that whatsoever.
So it's really just putting a hook up there.
Very, very simple. Okay, so moving to the hall bathroom.
All right, we're in the bathroom.
Okay, so this toilet, I was really, really picky. I don't like to see a toilet move at all. I mean, we're talking it barely moves. But I would maybe caulk the toilet so it stops rocking. And then I ran all of your fixtures. Everything works great. And like I said, I was being extremely picky. There is some small hairline cracks here in the corner of the grout. And you can just put some new grout in there. It's not a big deal. Everything else is nice and solid. You have your hot water here, and like I said, with that tankless hot water, endless water. As soon as you get the hot water, it'll be there and it won't stop. So that's terrific. No moisture below any of the sinks. All of the fixtures are functional.
Okay.
I could probably stop that for a second because I don't know. We're back. Okay, so I'm kind of going through your list of questions, and pretty much I think all of them we've been able to answer. And I know Mark's going to explain a little bit more about the roof and how it's going to be replaced and all that good stuff. So that's a huge plus. You were asking about the construction, and it was asking. Let's see here. Where was it?
Oh, was it 2x4?
Oh yeah, was it 2x4 construction over the stucco? Now understand, I can't obviously expose the walls or anything like that, but there is one area in the garage space where there's a vent, and I can see that the 2x4 has been shot down with a pin, which is very common. So that tells me it probably everything else is secured like that, either with a pin, it's called a Hilti pin, or bolted down. So with the age of the property being built in the 70s, it's pretty common. So to have that, and that was just kind of the giveaway that I did note in the garage space. So I hopefully that answers your question. Unfortunately, like I said, I can't give you a definite on hey what kind, all of that stuff. But yes, it is 2x4 construction. There is probably some 2x6 construction. You do not have an attic, or I'm unable to locate the attic space because it is a flat roof. You do have a small soffit here that you'll see right above the front door, and really that is just an air conditioning chase, just for the ducting. So with that being said, my last little tip, every 90 days or so, you're going to want to replace your return air filter, and that just will prolong the life of your package unit that's located on the roof. And that is it. This property is in terrific, terrific condition. Very few minor issues. There is one last little item on the outside, and you'll see a photo. When the cable company installed their wire, they did not caulk or seal the access point. So you'll see that a photo. I would just recommend putting some clear silicone caulking, and it'll stop any issue whatsoever. And that is directly on the south side of the property, adjacent to the gas meter.
Okay.
So please feel free. Any questions, concerns, let me know. All I need is so if you can sign that contract whenever you get a chance, and then I'll be able to send you over the report.
Okay.
Thank you.
All right. Thanks, Anthony. Appreciate you. As you're talking.
Okay.
You're fine. Just go. So this is the HOA president. He's talking about the roof. So go ahead.
So what we're going to do is they're going to take the solar panels down. That's up to Bob and V to get them down. Western Roofing is our preferred roofer. They do all the work for us.
Oh, cool.
And they're going to come in and they're going to do a top coat on this building. And that's what's required to just bring it up to, probably 10 to 15 years standard.
Okay. Okay.
To take us out of ways,
Correct.
So, I mean, everything that you'll see up there is actually not too bad, but it's just the top film is thin, and
are they going through the whole community and doing that too, or is it just?
We're doing 5 this year.
Oh, okay.
We do so many every year.
Oh, okay.
In here,
Okay,
and,
cool.
what that does is it keeps us ahead of roofs going bad on us, where we don't have to rip the whole roof foam and everything off. And,
I wish my
start
group would do
again.
that.
I started this about 5 years ago for the association here. So anyway, the big thing here is that this has got solar on it. So the solar panels have to come off for these guys to get that top film back.
Right. Okay.
On it.
So how does that work exactly? Do they take down the solar panels while this is happening, or
they're going to take them down before these guys start?
Okay. So when is all this happening?
Well, I gather from what I'm told that the people that are going to take the panels down are tied up for 2 to 3 weeks.
Okay.
So we can't do anything till they get the panels down. So I've got 5 roofs to start doing this starting the 12th.
Okay.
We'll put this one last on the list to give them time to get those panels down so that we can get at the roof.
Okay. Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Okay, well, that's good.
And then once that's done, the track up there, he says, is fine. He doesn't need the track removed. He doesn't need the wiring removed. He just needs the panels removed.
Sure.
And then they'll get their people, Renova or whoever it is, to come back and put the panels back up.
Okay.
Okay.
Cool.
And my understanding is that will be Bob and V, I guess, that are responsible for that.
Right.
As an HOA, we're not responsible for
Right.
solar.
Right. Right.
So.
Okay.
All right.
Cool. Thank you for letting me video that,
Okay.
by the way.